Well, it is all over at Lucas Moripa Stadium. Mamelodi Sundowns 4 reaches Bay Iqanda in an MTN 8. That means Mamelodi Sundowns go through to the semi-final of MTN 8. The greatest part is that we now know who are they going to face at the semi-final of the MTN 8, but we're not there yet. Where we are is here. This is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe, share, channel. We are here and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi. Elami igama usiboniso Sizo wakomnikazi Sibongo, and as usual angami ngedwa ngiphethe coach, the analyst plumber.
Yeah, the biggest plumber of all time.
What's up?
Wonke ama-team engithe azongena angenile. Plumber.
Well, that was the given. Come on. You can see between Mamelodi Sundowns and Richards Bay. Sundowns is on again, Pirates is on again, Steelers is on again, and then we let's Kukule TS Galaxy said you don't know. Yeah. But those are me.
Yeah, I'm always getting 75%.
There are so many exciting things. Let's just get straight to it. Mamelodi Sundowns comes into the game. Ribeiro is not there. Mudau is not there. Shalulile is not there. They're not in the starting lineup and they are not in the substitutions. But the great part, the young ones, the Mabenas, the Letaku are there and they got an opportunity to play. So, Wena, how did you make of today's game?
Very excited game. A very exciting game, but to be honest, it was just a training session for Mamelodi Sundowns. The bar is too high, difference is too much between them and Richards Bay. And then now you tend to think Richards Bay has been winning. They've just won the Premier's Cup here. So, and then now when they're going to get 4, then they can't even respond against the Sundowns. So it tells you that even the teams, the KZN teams, as things stand compared to the club that has just recently came to the World Cup, you could just see that no, the difference is too much. Technical abilities, the aggression, the Sundowns, the way they were playing, the intensity. So you could see that no, they can't match the Sundowns. They had nothing to do. First half, Richards Bay approached the game with the 4-4-2. And then they didn't do anything, especially on transition. They didn't do anything. They were just sitting back, so they didn't have any way to go out on trying to catch Sundowns. Maybe on the counter, they were just sitting deep, whereas Sundowns was just recycling and rotating the ball and finding the pockets. Because so Tembazwane, there were a lot of immobility, especially in the final third, or Mtunyelo, especially in the first 10 minutes. There was a lot of pressure because Sundowns, the ball recovered, it was second to none, especially in the midfield. Whenever Mteto, especially in the first half for Richards Bay, he was found on the side, especially on being in the midfield, and then that guy that they substituted, he was nowhere to be seen, especially in the midfield. So yes, you could see that okay, they want to try something, but there was nothing. Rest defense of Sundowns was too much, when it was very good. Ourselves, they were having a joy or Motiba, because Sundowns was just attacking and putting a pressure, approaching a game with a 4-3-3. But in attack, it was just the 2-3-5, where we saw Cupido. Cupido, cool, calm and collected. I'm so impressed about Cupido. Relaxil, where Cupido was just playing freely with the Ulo. With Ukran Kekana, and then Moti was just adding the numbers to the train, the midfield. And then Abu says the only guy that okay, maybe I'm still having the crutch on him. This Matthews guy, you could see when there was he played 70 minutes. You could see when there was Mabena. There was that excitement. You could see that okay, there is something. Even he got the goal, but Matthews played 70 minutes. Stars didn't even have one shot at goal. Or if he,
I think you're being unfair. I think Matthews had a very great game, particularly on the first half. You could see what the guy is trying to do and those cutting in and those passes. Like he was very technical in everything that he was doing.
Hey, that guy frustrates me a lot. Yeah, you can say, we saw him here and there, but for me, nje, you're looking at the starting lineup, he's the one that was playing below par because Osales was very good. Breaking Ama lines, trying to make something out of nothing, using his skills, trying to have Ama shots, more and more shots. Yes, he did try Ulo Kozanu Metos, but for me, he was below par compared to the other players that were on the pitch, especially in the first half. And then, so where we saw in the first half, just because of that pressure in the first 10 minutes, then Sundowns, because they had 3 corners, and then eventually they just got a goal. Then the Richards Bay, which were just flat-footed there. And then no communication, no attacking the ball. They were just second to everything. And then before the halftime, because Sundowns was just dominating, playing circulating the ball from the left to the right, and then fighting the pockets, and then knowing when to go, when to come back. Rayners was consistently finding the space behind the defense. And then Sundowns was also good on transition, hence the second goal where they just loaned the ball in the midfield, they went to the right, and then they scored an own goal. When they come back second half, now want to see what do the coaches do. Sundowns just went the very same way because they've killed the game on first half, and then Richards Bay on the other side, they've made some changes where they brought in Abu Mjali, and then they stabilized the midfield, and then later when they brought Abu Tigers, you could see now they were starting to attack, especially when there was Umhang. You could see that, okay, now even when they came back from the second half, they wanted to go and try to score and try to play, having a combination, especially in the midfield, and then they were just wanting to go wide. It's just that the quality, because there's this young guy, the one that Unzama. You could see that he wants to do something, although you can see that, okay, the team has not yet gelled. He doesn't know that when I'm having the ball, this is where I need to go. The runners, he doesn't track the runners, he can't pass the ball, but you could see that the potential is there. So as time goes by, it will take time for them to gel, because most of what I've noticed mostly, especially in the first half, they couldn't combine even 3 passes. They were always misplacing the passes. Technical ability of the players was so poor. The movement, the understanding, the technical group understanding was not there for Richards Bay. And then when in the second half they got better, but it's just that second half they were having the mentality of attacking more. Sundowns, they ended up playing in the line and defending in the center, and then after that or gain on transition, then Usale saw Rayners, and then that 1v1 with the keeper very clean for Rayners, and then just a final nail in the coffin when there was Mabena. You could see that everything was lively in the stadium, and then we could see that Mabena is very good. It's just go straight to the top ball, and then it's cut inside, and then he shoot, or he cut inside, he try to find the pass that is on the far post. So I think Sundowns still have the momentum. They are still on. They are very good. They were very fluid, and then I was also surprised when Sundowns changes are on, and we had Abu Pasadin when they went to play Ama right back, where he was inviting more into the midfield. You could see that the opposition is so weak, such that they can even try all those things, because I think Ukopido, they took him out, because we see the season is still the beginning of the season. So that's why even the coach of Sundowns wanted to kill the game in the first half, so to avoid to go to the extra time, because there's still a preseason. So you could see even on the previous games, even on the game Yamazol, even the yesterday's games, you could see the cramps.
Okay. Let us go to the players such as Abonzama, Abu Tikazi, and also the combination between Umchali and Mteto. You know Mteto, they will know each other way back from Swallows. So when you see these players coming in and gel like this, go Richards Bay, and you see Okapadia Mhango, of which is a player that is still there showing himself, I'm still capable.
Yes, they are still capable. You could see that, okay, they are new players. Abo okay, the corner Obomtunga, you could see Ndaba, they are still there, Omtinega, they are still there, and then Ozikal, they are still there, although they didn't have a good game, such that they were substituted, and then Nabo Kumete, they are still there. So the spine of the team is still there. So the only player, the noticeable player that is not there is the player that I told you that this their player. Man, I won't play this player. This player is getting the starting level, and I think he was using a big mood.
Who's that?
The one that was always dribbling. And not even, no crossing, no passing, nothing. But was always playing more than 70 minutes. Currently, we're speaking about him. He doesn't even have a team.
Okay, but there are so many players that are dribblers, so I'm not clear what are you talking about.
I'm talking about Tutsundwana, your favorite player. So we saw a young
No. Maybe just firstly, a shout out to Tsundwana. Tsundwana is one of the just to tell you don't understand him. You don't understand him. And
how many goals did he have?
Sometimes
the whole season.
No, it's not about
no
that.
goal. The only goal, the last goal that he scored, it was in the playoff when Richards Bay was fighting relegation. The whole season, no goal, but he was playing in 90% of the games.
Listen, you will find even the coach at sometimes you don't understand the value of the coach that you have with you because I will see him on the far side and get confused with how because I expect him to be like close to the yes. So I wouldn't fault him. I think the coach.
Sometimes they were taking him there at number 9. He couldn't trap. He couldn't turn with the ball.
Let's move this forward. This is not about Tsundwana. This is about Richards Bay and Mamelodi Sundowns. Second half, we saw the young ones coming in and everybody was excited. Particularly at the stadium there. Everyone is excited to see the young Mabena, the young Letlaku, and went as far as saying, Mabena, an injury-free Mabena is going to be a problem this season.
Yes, especially if he's going to replace Matthews.
No, we don't need a replacement for Matthews.
What do we need?
We need players to get an opportunity to play like each of them.
I can't wait for Mabena to play 60 minutes, 70 minutes. You remember how Mfukeng was introduced. So I'm also happy that Coach Cardoso, because the game was already buried, so give these guys an opportunity. So I wish all the games that can happen so that in Sundowns can have these young players, because last season we saw the way Malbonga Kosa started and then Oli Tlako started, but when the coach came, he just went for experience and then didn't consider them. We want these players to play regularly, especially because there'll be a World Cup in 2 months' time or something. So we need these players to be fit and try to get them.
World Cup in 2 months' time?
There's under 17.
Oh, under 17.
It's under 20 or something, but there is a World Cup which I think it's under 20 World Cup which South Africa qualified. Machita, so they need to go there. So I wish them they can get them 30 minutes from time to time. So, but it was a good atmosphere even in the stadium, something that is exciting. So I'm very happy. In Kaizer Chiefs, whenever Villegas gets into the pitch, the fans they always cheer him. And then in Orlando Pirates, there are many cocoa melons there. Sometimes it's Lepe, sometimes it's that scene, because now the Mfukeng, the hype is just drop a little bit because there are many youngsters. But he's
he's the youngest player of the season.
But don't be surprised if this year at the end of the season he also wins. Yes, he wins the youngest player of the season. Don't be surprised. I'm just telling you for free.
Well, let's move on. In closing this session, Mamelodi Sundowns, before we talk about there were so many talks about why the game is on Sunday at 6 p.m. People are going to work tomorrow. Then you come back and say Sundowns is failing to sell tickets.
I think the Sundowns fans in general, they are hungry for football. And then another thing, I think the weather, it's not that cold. It's not that cold now in Joburg. So For me, when I watched the TV, the stadium, it was so respectful. The player, the fans, they came out in their numbers. Besides, even coming out in their numbers, they were singing. They were singing from the first whistle. You could hear the drum, so the atmosphere was good. So it would be a mouth-watering clash. The upcoming one.
Well, speaking of the upcoming one, the draw says Orlando Pirates will face Mamelodi Sundowns, and the first leg will be Kweskama Minzela scored, and then the second one will go to Ikayala Mamelodi Sundowns, and the second one will be Stellenbosch and Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune will play at home first and then away on the second leg. So, yes.
No, Sekhukhune is playing away first because the Stellenbosch is having a home game. So they have to.
Oh, so they go away first. Oh, okay. So but Sekhukhune will be facing Stellenbosch. So like either way, you are starting at home doesn't make any difference, because but briefly, because we're still going to talk about it, we still have a lot of time. Yeah. The game in Mamelodi Sundowns and the Pirates, were you ready for that one early this season?
No, I am not. Even now, I'm not ready for that type of a game.
I think I'm ready for a
Champions League game. Yeah, that game, the two people, they will be fighting. Maybe there will be cards, more and more cards, because now, to be honest with you, Sundowns and Pirates, they are on the same level. Because even they are so fluid. You remember, even on the predictions, I told you that Pirate is fluid. It will cruise nicely on that opponent. And then they've cruised. Even Sundowns, I told you that they will cruise. Because you could see Sundowns, they didn't change anything. They didn't change anything. It's just the Sundowns that we saw last season. Pirate, they've just added some sauce in the way they play. Yeah. Because there you have Ureidopane that is rejuvenated, is something different from the last season. So they've added a few things. Yes, they're still attacking with the wingers, and then this overhype that is in the midfield. Yeah, but I can tell you now, wow, Moremi won't make it. Won't make it. I'm telling you, there are other wingers that are going to go there. I don't even know why. I think they took him to Pirates too early. It's just that we have never spoken about this deep, about this thing. Even on the national team, we will never see him coming on the national team for this year. 365 days from today, going to this year, you will not see Moremi in the national team. Well,
you'll be surprised. Anything can happen. This is football. You always say there is no therefore in football. Yeah. But that's just about it. So, fair to Mamelodi Sundowns for Richards Bay. That means Mamelodi Sundowns are also through to the semi-final. And there they will face the Orlando Pirates. One of the biggest games in South African football.
So it's sold out before you even
Sundowns would play in a sold out for the first time this season.
Yes, and then also
it will be the second time.
Yes, when they go away, it's sold out. Yeah.
Well, that's just about it. But for you, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe. We are here and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi. Le ndaba yama sold out is very questionable, because if you say one is playing on Saturday, go 3 and then the other one is playing on Sunday, go 6 ebusuku, very likely the one that is playing on Saturday will have sold out. Very likely that the one that is playing on Sunday, ebusuku, people are going to work tomorrow, they're not going to have it sold out. But that's a discussion for another day. Okwakho ukusubscribe awutshela nabangazi ukuthi we are here. From me, we are out of here.
Yeah, the Sundowns.
Okay, yeah, the Sundowns.